right, so when we are talking about the place values of whole numbers, all right, just to review, a whole number is anything that is not split into fractions. So for example, we could have, oh, that's awkward, my pen's not working. Well, let's try a different one, shall we? Use this blue one. There we go. For example, if we have 100, that is a whole number. But if we have 100.5 or 100 and a half, those are not whole numbers. All right, so whole number is a perfect complete number. Oh, look at me. I didn't even grab an eraser, did I? Class. Oh, there we go. Nice. I apologize for the messy desk if you can see it at all, but it is what it is. So when we're talking about the place values of whole numbers, okay? Nice thing about our system is a base 10 system. All right, so that means that you have the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And these then repeat every time. So 10 base system, which means that you have these digits right here, and yeah, you can't go anything above it, you can't go below it, it's all repeated. Now when we're talking about place values, same thing, right? If we have a number that looks like this, okay, it's a really big number. Each of these big numbers can be split by 3. Every 3 numbers, throw a comma. All right, so you put these commas in, and then you have these repeating place values, okay? You have the ones, the tens, and the hundreds. The ones, the tens, and the hundreds. All right, and that repeats every 3 every time. Okay, ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds. But now, as you go to the next pattern, okay, these change. This here would be considered the hundreds. Here is the thousands. This is million. This is billion. And then you got the trillions, you have the gazillions, you have the quadrillions, you have the whatever illions. Pretty much it just keeps going. Our numbers go for infinity, and they always get bigger and bigger. They could also get smaller and smaller. Okay, we'll worry about that on another lesson. Okay, these numbers continue to infinity and beyond. As far as you can go, they will continue. Okay, now there are multiple ways to write a number. So let's start with a new number. Let's say we have this number, 0, 1, 7, 2, 4, 6. All right, written like this, so all numbers, this is written as standard form. All right, this is the standard. All numbers, commas in between, okay? Nothing of extravagance happening here. Now, if you're looking at this, what is the value of the millions period in word form? Go ahead and try and write something down. See if you got it. All right, so the millions section is, if we take this is the hundreds, this is the thousands, this is the millions. That means in word form, so the value value of millions, period, in word form. Okay, word form means we have to write it out. So right here, this is the millions, right? Because it goes hundreds, thousands, millions. This is 503 million. Right? Now, we say the 100 because remember it goes ones, tens, thousands. And it does that every three. Ones, tens, thousands, ones, tens, thousands, ones, tens, thousands. So, for the millions period, you get 503 million. Now, if we were to say what was the thousands period. Okay, instead of million, let's say thousands. Switch colors. Okay, right here is the thousands. So we would write this as 17,000. All right, because you're not gonna say 10 tens and 7 ones, thousands. You're gonna say 17 thousands. Oh, sorry, this is a plural. If you judge my grammar, sorry, not sorry, I'm a math teacher. I have horrendous grammar and my words will probably be spelled wrong, so sorry, not sorry. Moving on. All right, so this is how you write for the certain periods. Now, if this is the standard form, then what would the expanded form be? All right, the expanded form is when we take all of these numbers and we separate them out into their place values. All right, so this would be 500 million plus 3 million plus, right, because we're adding them together, because this would be the 500 million, the 3 million. We have no hundreds, thousands, but we do have tens, thousands. So all you're doing is you're splitting this big number down into its place values and adding them all together. So here we got 7,000, now you're adding, now we're over here. This is 200 plus 40 plus 6. All right, so this is what the expanded form would look like. You take each and every number and make sure everything to the right of it is zeroed out. Okay, so if that's expanded form, then we can expand on that deeper and say, what is the expanded form using multiplication? All right, so similar thing, except now, if we've got 500 million, what times 100 million would give us 500 million? You said 5, you're right. We add, we do the same thing here. What times 1 million would give us 3 million? 3 of them. Bingo. So now we just go down and we do that for every single number. It's very annoying, not gonna lie, but it's good for you. Practice multiplication, practice writing it out in the super expanded form, okay? So here we've got 10,000. So what times 10,000 gives us 10,000? 1, because 10,000 is 10,000. Same thing for 7,000. What times 1,000 would give us 7,000? That would be 7. And we continue with 200. So what times 100 would give us 200? 2. And then what times 10 would give us 40? 4. And finally, what times 1 would give us 6. That would be 6. Right? So this is the expanded form using multiplication. Okay, this is the third form that we've come with. Okay, so far we have the standard form, which is written all in numbers. We have the expanded form, which is where you take each of them and have every number after it to the right a 0. We have the expanded form using multiplication, which is like this, where same thing as expanded form, except you're using multiplication. All right. Now, I want you guys to do a little practice. Oh, sorry, I forgot. We have the fourth form. It's the written form. What do we call that? Word form, right? Word form. So that's using words. You have standard. Numbers. You have expanded form. So that would be 103 would equal 100 plus 3. Okay, you're taking each place value and you're adding them together to get the official number. And then you have the expanded form using multiplication. All right, so if we used 103, you're taking each place value and you're multiplying it by something to get the original number. So you're multiplying a specific number by the base value to get the original number. So 103 would be 1 times 100 plus 3 times 1. All right, so those are your 4 forms in writing words. Now onto the practice problems. Now, oops. I want you to write, oh goodness. Write these numbers in all 4 forms. All right. 3, 4, 0, 5, 6, 2, 3, 0, 8, 0, 0. And then we have 9, 7, 2, 0, 4, 8, 0, 0, 5, 6. Down here we've got 34, 5, 0, 0, 8, 7, 2. All right, go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and write these in all 4 forms. Okay, now I'm erasing. Sorry, not sorry. Nice thing about technology is you can always pause it or rewind it. Now, how do you tell if a number is bigger than another number? Well, we would just have to go down each of the place values. So if we have a number like this, 7, 6, 9, 3, 20, we're going to decide if it's bigger than or less than this number. All right, now when it comes to deciding which side is bigger, okay, we start by looking at the far left, okay? Not the far right, because that's the final decider factor, far left. So, is 8 equal to 8? Yes. 4 is equal to 4, right? And I guess it probably helps if you count and make sure that they have the same amount of digits, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have the same digits. 8 and 4 are the same. 7 is the same. 6, they both have 6. Now you got 9 and 8. Which one's bigger, 9 or 8? Well, the 9 is, therefore, that number is bigger. That's it. That's all it takes. Just working down. Let's do this one, shall we? 103, 278, 600, 99846 759. Okay, first thing we want to do is we want to see if they have the same amount of digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they do not. So whichever one has the most digits is the bigger number. Okay, pretty straightforward. Alright, so if you're trying to decide if a number is bigger than another, if it has more digits, it's bigger. Okay? Then you want to start from left to right. And you want to balance them? No, not balance them. What's the word I'm looking for? Compare. There we go. You want to compare. Okay? As soon as you get a bigger number on either side, right, that's the one that's bigger. Sorry, my dog's trying to get into my office. All right. So, anything else? Nope, that does it. Now hold on. Let's say we're rounding, all right? So let's say we have these two numbers. And our number is 354,829. Okay, we're gonna decide where we're gonna round it. Okay, we had a rule with this. Can't remember what this was, but some of you guys might remember what it was. But basically, we're rounding to the nearest 100 thousands. All right, so you go immediately to the next digit, and that would be this one. If it's higher, if it is 5 or higher, 5 or higher, let it fly. And if it's 4 or below, let it go. Let, L-E-T, not leg. All right, so if this is a 5, okay, 5 or higher, let it fly and go up. Therefore, if we round it up, you come up to 400,000. Now, what if we were to round this to the nearest 10,000? So don't ever use your fingers on whiteboards. I hear it's terrible for it, but I'm too lazy to not to. All right, so let's say we want this to either go up to 360,000 or go down to 350,000. Okay. So we're going to the nearest 10,000. All right, so if we're going to the nearest 10,000, go to the next digit, right here. Okay. Is it 5 or higher? No. Is it 4 or below? Yes. So let it go. We round it down to 350,000. Okay. And that's how we round. Okay, another way you could do this is you could make a number line, right? say this is 350,000. This is 360,000. Okay, put the number that you have where you think of it. If this is 5, that 354 will probably be right here. Right? Which means it's on this side of the dash, which is the halfway mark. Therefore, you round down to 350,000. That's another way to do that. All right, so that is a review, or if it's your first time, quick lesson on the place values of whole numbers. And thank you.